What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and PewDiePie dropped some pearls of wisdom that I want to give him credit for, but also share some of my own thoughts on it as well, because cancel culture has peaked this week. I thought that, many people thought, Jenna Marbles quitting YouTube. That's going to be it. People are going to stop trying to cancel each other. No, that's not the case. In fact, it's as bad as it's ever been right now. Sponsorships going, and by the way, many of these people being canceled deserved it. The problem is the collateral damage and the trial of in the public's eye that is troubling. Now, if you follow me on Twitter at the Quartering, and I hope that you do. If you use Twitter, follow me there. If you use Parler, follow me there. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Minds. If you use social media, I hope that you follow me. I made a very public statement yesterday about, trying to do better at like not engaging in the dogpiling, specifically that happens on Twitter. I'm still going to cover the same topics I would. I'm not going to be some kind of fence-sitting Nancy. I'm going to continue to bring my, strong opinions here on YouTube. But on Twitter in particular, it seems amplified. And so I said I would scrub my history of tweets, which I did do this morning. And I'm going to just kind of commit to using it to interact with you all, because that's the most important tool I have to interact with you all right now, to give video topic ideas and just check in on you. And to try to be more positive and not quote tweeting people to dunk on them as much. I don't think cancel culture is going to ever stop. And by the way, I've tried to do this before, and I failed. I went right back into my own ways. But then Reckful happened, and not that it was just cancel culture in his situation, but certainly the internet dunking on him with his online marriage proposal, didn't help. And I'm too damn old to care what Twitter anons think, or to get dunk points on Twitter. Who cares? I want to interact with you, my viewers. You matter to me. Anonymous haters or whatever, who cares? We know what we have here, and I want to start moving us towards, less toxicity. And that starts with me. PewDiePie talked about this yesterday, and I thought he made a lot of excellent points. During his July 2nd upload, YouTube King Felix PewDiePie Schellberg weighed in on cancel culture debate. The Swedish star explained how canceling someone can sometimes be ridiculous and dangerous. For many, PewDiePie has been the face of entertainment for the past decade. The Swedish personality has over 100 million subscribers. By the way, this is via Deserto.com, and is one of the most watched channels on the platform. While you know him for gaming and reaction content, the star sometimes tackles current events. During his latest video, he opened about his views on cancel culture and explained how it can be problematic. For his latest upload, he reacted to a group having a debate about cancel culture. Watching the conversation, the Swedish personality gave his own take on personalities such as Jenna Marbles being canceled for old content she made years ago. Quote, with Jenna, that was actually 9 or 10 years ago. To me, that changes things a lot, especially if I know the person has grown out of that. That doesn't make it okay what they did, but at the same time, I don't see a reason to drag them through the dirt because of it, he said. The Swede brought up the James Charles drama from 2019 to demonstrate how canceling someone can become a problem. Remember when James Charles was canceled? The entire world was so sure that he was a predator. The amount of people that spread the message around, causing him to almost end himself. Did we learn anything from that? This is just ridiculous. He then followed up by stating that nothing has changed since the makeup mogul has been attacked without evidence. No one learned anything. If anything, this is worse now. Did we learn anything? Maybe we shouldn't point fingers before we know the truth. No, those days are over, he said. And this is something I try to talk about. I try to be very clear in my videos too. Like, I've got a video, I don't know if it's going to be out before this or after, but whenever these things come out, I've talked about it with all these twit-longers that are coming out. Whether it's a man talking about a woman or a woman talking about a man, Twitter rewards instant decision making. instant guilty verdict or not guilty. And none of us are really privy to any of the evidence out there. And so when somebody posts something and then people are like, it's automatically true, it must be true, canceled. Why? We don't know. Somebody touched my butt at a casino 7 years ago. Cancel him. Really? Are we treating all situations like, they're the worst of the worst? Twitter is a place where nuance goes to die. And I would leave it entirely if it weren't so valuable to communicate with all of you. Pewds also said that he believed cancel culture started out with good intentions. No one is held accountable when they get it wrong. That's the problem. No one holds people accountable who are part of the hate mob accountable. I think that James Charles thing is a good example. He continued before revealing how being canceled himself has impacted him. I have definitely become so much more aware of not just what I say, but how it can be perceived, because it's not just what you meant. It's if you can take a portion of what you said and it seems like something else. That's enough. That's how careful you have to be. And I can talk about this specifically. There are certain sponsors that a particular hate mob on Twitter was mass spamming with out of context video clips and things like that of me. There are certain sponsors that were very concerned, and some sponsors that decided they didn't care, and there are other sponsors that just left flat out. I'm looking at you, Dollar Shave Club. And that's a problem. And it affected me personally and affected my ability. I had to lay staff off because of that. So I hope it was worth it. I don't talk about this publicly because it gives credit. It will be seen as a victory for them. Ultimately, I'll replace those sponsors and I'll be fine. It'll be a temporary victory. But I hope it was worth it, Twitter hate mob. I had to lay off video editors and my social media guy because, sponsorship money is what I use to pay them. So good job. You took stuff that I said out of context and now you made me and you caused employees of mine to have to lose their job. Awesome work. Now I paid them over a month severance and told them that I hope to bring them back in fall. But everything going on with YouTube right now with the mass demonetization glitch and commentary channels and the sponsors just disappearing, some of them saying, I just don't have any budget right now, and then not replying to me. Yeah, I know why you left. And it's pathetic. And it had a very, very negative effect on me. I didn't talk about it because why? That's just going to be seen as a W, and it's going to reward this kind of behavior more. But yeah, it had a very real financial impact on me. And because I didn't take the narrative, when everybody was up in arms about, when the heat of everything going on Twitter the last month or so, I didn't toe the line. And so people that dislike something I said 5 years ago about freaking She-Ra, and are still obsessing over it, took that opportunity to get sponsors to drop me. And I'll be fine. Congratulations. You got 2 people fired because you were mad about a cartoon, about me making fun of a cartoon. That's the effect of cancel culture. And they'll be back. They'll be back. They basically have a paid month off at this point. I'm hoping to have them back in August. But that's the real reality of it. And that's just the financial side of it. I'd be lying if, I didn't see this stuff going on and it caused me enormous anxiety. Over the past 2 to 3 weeks, I haven't been sleeping. A lot of people noticing in my comments, dude, your eyes, you have really dark circles over here. I haven't been sleeping. I still have, I had almost 10 employees between my agency and my YouTube channel. Me getting canceled, that's a lot of stress. That's a lot of pressure. Most of these people that like to perpetuate cancel culture, they don't have anything going on in their lives. They have no real responsibility. Try having 10 employees. Try having people's livelihoods depending on your freaking YouTube channel. You know, I got a guy that makes my thumbnails. I've got a girl that edits my website. I've got a guy that puts my podcast out, edits my podcast, does my video intros. I got another video editor, social media person. I was spreading my wealth around, but then they took that and there was nothing left. That money was going towards keeping exclusively games alive. It went away, and I could not bear the stress anymore. Month after month after month of paying $10,000 to $12,000 out of my own pocket on a website that was earning $0. I couldn't do it. I was fine doing it when I had sponsor money, but eventually I just broke down. I had to pull the plug. Otherwise, I didn't know what I was going to do. It was causing all sorts of problems. But yeah, they got me. They got a couple sponsors to drop me. Awesome work. You cost some people I really care about the opportunity to earn a living. And so that's why I deleted my Twitter account. And I'm really going to try to not participate because I know I have participated in it. I've never called for somebody's sponsors, but you know, my participation in whipping up the mob on Twitter doesn't help. And PewDiePie is right. You know, where is the mob that drove Alec Hilwalka to do what he had to do? Where are all the people that said all the terrible things about him? There's no, oh, whoopsie doopsie, I was wrong. A man's dead, but so what? Whatever. It happens. I guess I was wrong. I guess maybe it wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was. That's what a lot of these people end up realizing. Maybe somebody's opinion about something I like and they don't isn't that important to me. There needs to be accountability for these people that run and ruin somebody's life. Look what happened to how many countless men who were canceled incorrectly. Annie Signor, perfect example. This guy was, you know, behind one of the biggest YouTube sensations for years. He gets canceled for having a completely consensual relationship. Chris Hardwick from The Nerdist almost lost it all. Johnny Depp lost film roles. Why? Because people on Twitter think their opinions matter. I hope you all know I really appreciate you, and I hope that you'll stay subscribed. If you're not already, that you'll subscribe now, because I'm going to try to continue to add a little more nuance to my takes, and I hope that you'll appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.